Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. If you could all take your seats, we'll begin the afternoon session here. It was pointed out to me that we have economists that will be speaking to us, but they will, in fact, keep us awake. They're not going to put us to sleep, okay? That was the agreement, and I think this afternoon we will have a very scholarly and important presentation. So, welcome to the IOM Food Forum panel, Sustainable Commodity Sourcing and the Food Price Environment. I'm happy to be here. I just spent yesterday in New York City in an NRDC function where we talked about food waste and the efforts around that, and what does that look like from farm to consumer, and how does that impact the sustainability issue, and what does it portend from an economic perspective? How are our economic models affected by the way production and production contracts are set up? It was a marvelous setting for me to engage in yesterday, which leads me here to even a more important discussion with the scholars we have that will be joining us. I want to mention that we will let each person speak for 20 minutes, followed by 30 minutes of a question and answer period. So when I'm through doing my introductions, I will turn it over to the first speaker. I would like very much to say a little bit about the speakers. Ricky Volpe is a PhD research economist at the Food Markets Branch of the Food Economic Division at USDA's Economic Research Service. What does this mean? His research focuses on the food retail sector, particularly the economic behavior and performance of supermarkets and other store formats. We have Chef Barton Seaver. He is the Director of Healthy and Sustainable Food Program at the Center for Health and Global Environment at Harvard School of Public Health. As a National Geographic Fellow, Seaver has worked with the Geographic's Ocean Initiative to create the Seafood Decision Guide, compiling sustainability and nutrition data in an interactive way to help consumers make seafood choices. And I hope he'll expand on that and give us some really true examples of his experience. Lastly, we will hear from Park Wild, who is a PhD. Also, should mention, he's a PhD member of IOM's Food Forum. He is an associate professor at the Friedman School of Nutrition Science and Policy at Tufts University. Park's research addresses food security and hunger measurements, the economics of food assistance programs, and the federal dietary guideline policy. He recently published a book on food policy in the United States. I'd like to also offer up that Park is an advisor to AGREE, the initiative that I'm the executive director for, which is all about transforming food and agriculture policy, having the big conversation, and Park is a distinguished advisor to our group. So with that, I think it's best that I just turn it over to our speakers, and if Ricky, you could please come up here and address the crowd, that would be wonderful.